What's going on? Dre Manning here from Black Crown Media. Just wanted to take a time out to talk to you guys a little bit about database reactivation. This is a great system to reach qualified leads without having to spend any money on traffic. Database reactivation is something you can do right now for your business, for your firm to start bringing in new qualified leads. Many potential leads have contacted you via email or phone call, and you have their phone numbers, you have their emails, you have their name, but you haven't spoken to them in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 months. So what you want to do is you want to load up your autoresponder. You want to build out a campaign of emails to trigger and send to this audience. Database reactivation is also really good for folks who have been on your email list for more than 6 months and they haven't opened up an email, right? They haven't opened up an email in some time. So now you want to re-engage with them and, let them know you're still here to help them and support them if they are looking for a divorce attorney currently. All right. So let's dive right into it. I am Dre Manning. I am a digital marketer. I am a bowling enthusiast, and I am the Rock's stunt double. I am also the co-founder of Black Crown Media, a digital marketing and video production company based out of New York City. We were founded in early 2019, and we have had the luxury of working with over 100 e-com owners, coaches, and now divorce attorneys to build marketing systems for their business. Hey, there I go. It's my favorite guy. I love The Rock. I think he's amazing, hard worker, driven, and I've been a fan of his since I was a kid. I could never ever do that eyebrow. So if you know how to do it, go ahead, hit reply to one of my emails and send me an email. Send me a picture. I'm sorry. Send me a picture of you giving me the people's eyebrow. I might just download the picture and build out like a wall in our office of people sending me the people's eyebrow. All right. What is database reactivation? Database reactivation, also known as win back or reconnect programs. I also like to call this the Hey Big Head program. Uh, for those of you who are single and dating, this is the Hey Big Head program has to do with like you post on social media that out of nowhere, that guy or gal that you've been talking to is like, hey, long time no see. But anyway, uh, database reactivation, also known as win back or reconnect programs, aims to re-engage subscribers whose interactions with a company's marketing have decreased or stopped completely. The idea is simple. It's cheaper to retain and reactivate a customer than it is to acquire a new one. On average, 20 to 25% of your clients lapse existing customers. It's an important percentage, and you should take action to re-engage them. Rather than investing cash into social media ads and pay-per-click search ads, you can communicate with them via email because you have their contact information. Do you realize how much money you're leaving on the table by ignoring sleeping clients? By winning back lapsed customers, but winning back lapsed customers isn't a simple job, and there's no set in stone method to achieve this goal. You can try to re-engage dormant customers using multiple channels, but good old email offers the best results. I also like text as well. Text has a 90% open rate because people typically have their phone in their hands at all times and they're reading their text messages pretty frequently as well. Uh, just the quote that I just said. The idea is simple. It's cheaper to reactivate a lead than it is to acquire a new one. All right. Here are a few things to consider when developing an effective and react. I'm sorry, I went to public school. Here are a few things to consider when developing an effective reactivation strategy. Analyze your data. Determine who is engaged and who is not engaged. If you're not able to run this analysis in house, your email service provider should be able to provide an effective tool that can score your database level of engagement. The parameters we're looking for are recent opens, recent clicks, recent purchasers, or, well, in your case as an attorney, we're not really paying attention to purchasers. We got to delete that. Past openers, past clickers. You Yeah, like I said, we're not paying much too much attention to purchasers because you are a attorney, specifically a divorce attorney. So yeah, we'll update that. All right. Determine who's inactive. Once you've analyzed your data, determine se- um once you've analyzed your data, determine which segment is inactive. Are you looking to reactivate members who haven't been active in the last 90 days, 6 months, 12 months, or 18 months? So that's something to keep in mind. You want to split everybody up into their own pile. You don't want people who have only been inactive for 90 days to receive the same emails that someone who has been inactive for 12 months or 18 months to receive. All right. You want to make sure that you're speaking to them in different ways. Someone who's been inactive for almost a year or a year and a half, you want to reintroduce yourself to them. You don't want to just send them an email saying, "Hey, long time no see," right? Their chances is they don't remember you, or they haven't seen your emails because they're uh sending you to the spam, or they're using their backup email. So that's something just to keep in mind. After 12 months, 18 months, you want to reintroduce yourself. Protect your sender reputation. This is something that we are very strategic about. It's even to the point that we've purchased a different domain name for sending out emails. So our main domain name is not affected when sending out emails. But mailing to a less engaged segment can easily impact your deliverability rates. These less engaged members aren't opening or clicking, and it's the type of low engagement that causes issues with internet service providers. So just think about your email just bouncing. Like every time you go to send out an email to someone, it's not coming through. You're getting a bounce back. And this is what happens when you're sending to less engaged folks. And those are the ones who are like in the 12 to 18 months. So you have to determine after sending maybe the first or second email to remove them from your list. There is really no reason to hoard emails. It is destructive to your email campaign. It will destroy your deliverability rate, and it could potentially get you blacklisted. Marketing is pretty much like science. You constantly want to test, right? There is no super potion, super formula, super steps that you can take that's going to get you instant results. You constantly have to test different strategies and test them for long periods of time. So the first step isn't getting the user to hire you for their case, it's getting them to open your email. So don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Instead, test the subject line. Your subject line is the first point of attack. People will read your subject line and determine whether they want to open up your email or not. One thing that frustrates me in the past with past clients, and even with other people who are trying to market to me, is when they put in their email header, must open, exclusive sale, must open, you gotta see this. Like, no, I don't have to see it. But I'm sorry, I keep bumping my mic, but the emails that get the most open from me say something as simple as, "I couldn't believe it. I thought my time is up." Or it says something like, "If I would have known this thing when I was 25, I would have done A, B. If I would have known this one thing when I was 25, dot, dot, dot." What do they call that? Ellipsis? Look, I went to public school, pardon me. So these little cliffhangers, these things, like these ways of like laying out subject lines, they trigger this emotion and this thought of me like, "Oh my God, what is this email about? I want to read more." And that's what gets me to open up the email. That's what gets me to read through the email, because the subject line caught my attention and made me wonder more. When you have a moment, if you've never done this research, take a look at Obama's email campaign. In their subject line, they just said, "Hey." Now, I don't have enough research here in front of me to dig deeper into it, but really, really think about that. This man was the president. He was president for 2 terms. His first campaign, when they were trying to raise funds, he and his team simply sent out emails with the subject line that said, "Hey." It made people feel like, "Oh, this must be a friend. I must know this person from somewhere." But who's Barack Obama? Who's Barack Obama? Right? Like, anyway. So the last thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you follow up. Don't be surprised if these members don't bite at the first reactivation message. Remember, you're still competing with other emails in their inbox, and this segment is already less engaged. All right. So, this is a marathon. DBR, database reactivation, database re-engagement, database win back. This is a marathon. So if you only intend to send out one email, rethink that. Okay. You are in the, yes, you are a divorce attorney. Yes, you are a small firm owner. Uh but the one thing that you went to school to be an attorney, you went to school to do law, right? But you're in the business of running a business. All right. So you have to be a bit more aggressive. Now, if these folks are tired of seeing their email, they have the ability to unsubscribe, and that is okay. People unsubscribing from your email list is more beneficial to you than them staying and not being engaged at all. It's like going to a party and playing all of the best music while everybody stands and holds up the wall, scrolling through social media. That is not a party that I want to attend. It's boring. All right. Overall, it is important to keep in mind that subscribers are demanding more personalized content. I do not create emails that are super graphic. I do not send out emails with all these different designs and things like that. Of course, you've noticed that by now because you've received a few emails from me. I send out white paper emails. I send out very vanilla emails because when you open them, I want you to feel like a friend is talking to you. When you see the subject line, I want you to feel like you're receiving a letter from your pen pal digitally, right? And that's why we choose to send very vanilla plain emails, because they're also really friendly with your email service providers, Google, Yahoo, Hotmail. Their algorithm is getting smarter and smarter. So what their algorithm is looking to do is segment anything that looks like promo or marketing materials or spam, and they're pushing it to the right folders, whether it be promotion tabs or the spam folders. So you want to use these very vanilla, I am your friend kind of approach with your email, with your email marketing. To truly engage your customers and build relationships, it's important to test frequently and try to incorporate relevant information in your subject line and content. Everything is not about trying to sell something. You shouldn't always be trying to sell your services. Like hard selling is not a really good idea. People hate being hard sold. All right. What you want to do is approach it by telling stories. You want to tell engaging stories. Of course, as a divorce attorney, you can't tell the exact story with the client's name, but you can tell an altered version of that story, right? And leave out certain details that could link back to this client, right? And this will help people understand. Or you can just remove them altogether and tell the stories about starting a firm, and or starting your first business and having to leave your first business and how you went through that. But you want to engage this list and every list by educating them, entertaining them, adding value first, right? But hard selling is like the most unintelligent thing that you can do when email marketing. Re-engage by asking subscribers to update their preferences, and remember that reactivation isn't limited to sending offers. This is good too, right? You can send them a simple email saying, "Hey, I realize you've been on my list for a year and a half. Um, do you still want to be here? If so, hey, do me a favor, go ahead and update your preferences on what type of emails you would like to receive, right? And send them to a link, send them to a landing page where they can choose to receive emails a weekly, monthly, daily, right? Whatever the case may be, so that you're not just sending them emails, they're not opening them and they don't want them in the first place. Like they don't want to see your content. Now, if someone does not click the link and make an adjustment to the preferences, those are the people I would start moving to the do not disturb, or just removing them from my list altogether. All right. Um, hey, if you're still having a tough time with building out marketing systems for your divorce firm, for your I'm sorry, for your firm, for your small firm, uh let's schedule a one-on-one clarity call, right? Let's get on a call. It's about a 30-minute call. It's a non-sales call, so it's super low risk. You don't have to worry about getting on a call with this slimy dude who's going to be super cheesy and try to push and push and push and hard sell you on a service that might not be a good fit for you. Will we be listening to see if our program could work for you? Absolutely. But it doesn't mean that we would offer it to everyone. We want to work with the best of the best, and because we choose to work with one divorce attorney in each market, we want to make sure we're working with the right people at all times. All right. When we get on this call, feel free to ask me about anything concerning your marketing issues. And I have no problem with offering you advice. Okay. So you can go ahead and if you still need help with that, you can just scroll right on down. The calendar is there. You can apply for uh, a time slot on my calendar, and we will take it from there. I look forward to speaking to you if you decide to opt in, and if you don't, I hope you take these steps to build out these systems in your company. Last bit of advice: if you're gonna do it on your own, you definitely want to hire like a VA or a full-time assistant who can manage these things, because as a business owner, you're already juggling so much. All right. Thank you. My name is Dre Manning. As I said before, I am a digital marketer, a bowling enthusiast, the rock stunt double, and you can find me at Dre Manning on Instagram and Twitter. Have a good day. Later.